Shonisani Maideledzha, also known as Mukosi, has cemented her name in the industry with her hot track dovhe mulovha. In 2016, she released her first ever studio album titled Shango, lashu, which, following which was her second offering, Matula, released in 2017. She joins us now via Zoom this morning to share more on her music journey and what she's been working on. A very good morning to you, Shonisani. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live. Now, for the sake of those that don't know of or never heard of your music, who is Mukosi and how would you describe your music?
Okay, because it's a vendor, abantu ngeke basizwe the way bamele understand it ngakhona.
Yeah.
Okay, Mukosi is Shonisani Maideledzha onovam amashamba mukondeni. Umuntu oculayo, umuntu ojivayo, umuntu okwazi ukubhala ingoma zakhe, umuntu okwazi ukuyenza yonke into like in music. Umuntu oziyenzela izinto zakhe in her own way, and umuntu okhiphe ingoma yakharadobhe mulovha in 2019 abantu bangijabulela bangisupport abangithanda.
So when did the music bug hit you? I mean, at what stage did you figure out that you want to do this for a living?
From 2008 ngina 8 years bengicula esontweni laka Pastor Anamashamba, and like bengifuna nama studio ngingawatholi ukuthi ngawathola kuphi.
Hi Shoni, are you with us? Oh, okay. We seem to have lost Shonisani. We'll try to redial her and re-establish connection with her in just a moment, as she was just taking us through her history in the music industry and how and where it all started for her. We really love to know from her. As soon as we get her on the line, we'll definitely touch base with her again. That was Shonisani Maideledzha she's been speaking about her music and her album and where she's worked with a number of producers. All right, whilst we're still busy dialing Mukosi and re-establishing connection with her, but let's just take a look back at, a small town of choice. It is Royton, and it's in the Limpopo province. Now, you will know that, this small town of choice, there's so much that comes out of this small town, and we'd love to know from you what other gems or hidden gems may be found in this particular small town. It's set in the midst of the Springbok Flats, as I mentioned earlier. It has a railroad station, and at the road junction to Royton stands a monument to the Battle of Moordrift in 1854, when about 33 white people, the descendants mainly of Dutch settlers from the 17th and the 18th centuries, who had moved north from the Cape Colony to escape what they saw as oppressive rule by the British colonial government. As I've mentioned, if you've got any interesting facts about this town, please do share with them. It could be pictures, it could be videos, and if it's videos, make sure that it's no longer than 30 seconds. You can send them and share them on our various social media pages. We are at Morning Live SABC, and you can visit our Facebook page, Morning Live SABC. And we asked you earlier, as a question of the day, that in the light of the recent murders of the LGBTQI members, and one being Spamadla Koza, what do you think needs to be enforced to stop the killings? Because it certainly cannot go on like this. We cannot lose our friends and families to this, to this abuse. What do you make of this? Please do share with us on our various social media platforms on your screens right now. All right, do we have any tweets? Yes, we do. Let's take a look at some of them. Tony says, morning, the same law as the gender-based violence, plus it's murder, so we cannot turn a blind eye as if they are not human. Boniseni says, morning Sims, for me, I think people still lack the knowledge and understanding of choice that people make. If I don't support the same-sex relationship, I have to go for different and leave those who love it alone. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Abdul says, new ruling party, new criminal justice system, a newly improved constitution, get rid of the current useless constitution giving criminals rights. Sebenza says, I think murderers must be given life sentences in jail as punishment gazetted by government, including drug dealers, human trafficking and women and children abuse, as president promised no parole or bail to people who abuse others, but we still see nothing happening. Sidwell says, morning team, the sentence must be reviewed despite which gender you are, must be harder from Simotlasa village in Mpumalanga. Nzundeni says the death sentence must come back. SK says if the murderers or killers can be charged with a death sentence, I think it will be better. All right, let's now go back to Shonisani Maideledzha, also known as Mukosi, who has cemented her name in the industry with the hot track Kari Dovhe Mulovha. A very good morning to you again, Shonisani. Please do indicate if you're back with us.
I'm back.
All right, you were just telling us when the music bug hit you and at what stage you figured out what you want to do for this for a living.
It was 2016 when I recorded my first album at Deep Flute at Bradivo, the DJ studio. And then I recognized that this is my calling because from 2008, when I'm still 8 years, I was having this problem of singing at school, dancing at school, like it was a hobby. Now, as I figured it out, it was a calling because I do my things in my own way as a Mukosi.
Now, Mukosi is a stage name that you earned during your primary school days. So tell us through, take us through what that means.
Mukosi means noise or noise, yeah. Because when I was dancing at school, they shouted, like having this crowd clapping hands for me, and in a Venda language it's Mukosi. Then I took Mukosi as my name because even a lion, if comes now and roars, everybody will gonna run away because it's scaring people.
Now, tell us what inspired your hit song, Kari Dovhe Mulovha, and who did you work with? What does that mean, and what's in that song?
Oh, the Mulovha, I did it with Mukomas and from Tembisa. The meaning of the song is, let's repeat if anything that we did yesterday. Kari Dovhe Mulovha, as Pinedento Devesienza Izolo, you can be talking about ukuswima, ukuthengela umuntu wakho izinto ezinhle, ukuthengela umuntu wakho amagift, ukuthenga izinto emall, just going out, like isho ukuthi asiphinde lento lebesiyenza iyayizona.
Okay, all right. Now, what are you currently working on, Shoni?
I'm working on the album of Manyalo Music, and I have released a song called Silasha. Mukosi featuring Master Hazard, even in the internet is there. So yeah, and the music video of Lasha and then the Mufuna.
All right, all the best, Shonisani. We do appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
We just spoke to artist Mukosi, who was born Shonisani Maideledzha, on her music and her album, where she's worked with quite a number of producers. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back shortly.